Hey, what is going on, guys? We are back with episode 16 of my series Inside the Mind of a Diamond. This series is intended to help you guys better understand the plays and positions I do in ranked situations. I commentate everything that would have been going on in my head at the time and also further elaborate on everything to pay attention to. Today's episode is all about roaming strategy, so let's take a look. To start off this Vigil Ace on Chalet, I start to run out from the big garage. Most people will be sprinting down the hill, and the goal is to catch anyone off guard super early. Chalet is one of those maps that has so many different angles to watch out for upon spawn, so when attacking Chalet, do be sure to approach with extra caution. Now after I get this kill on Habana, I start by falling back. I throw in a couple of pre-fires under the next two doorways just in case the Habana called out that I was in the big garage. When you get a kill in an isolated area, it's important you change up your position immediately and prepare for anyone trying to cut you off from fleeing. This back garage only has one exit point, so I check my corners, pre-fire the doorways, and run all the way upstairs.
Drone the freak out.
Oh, that's not a good. Okay.
One's front door.
Yep.
Valkyrie, be careful.
Now hopefully you were able to hear those footsteps downstairs outside approaching the ladder. Being able to listen and identify how many pairs of footsteps you hear is super important in your decision of whether or not to be aggressive. Blackbeard is going to bust open this window and then hop on his drone, meaning he's defenseless. I didn't hear any other footsteps close by this balcony, so I decide to push him while he's on his drone.
To me.
I mean, if you don't want to give them the kill.
Enemy controlled area. Leave now.
Swapping bags.
Yo, boy, Roy's
What?
just going off right now.
Why does no one keep in there?
Get on my channel, kids. Over to my channel.
Enemy incoming. Starting the
Nope.
clock.
Alright.
Now I've gotten 2 kills while being upstairs in the office. They've probably called this out, and the remaining attackers are probably going to coordinate a push to flush me out. When the lion scan goes off, I fully expect to be pushed by someone, so I just listen for which entry will have the closest attacker. In this situation, the Twitch was the only one that pushed me, but let's say you are pinched from both the window and the doorway in the office. You'd want to position yourself in a way to be protected from at least one of these angles so that you could focus on one opponent at a time. In this case, you'd hug the corner by the balcony door and wait for the first attacker to peek. Anytime you're getting pinched, try and cover yourself to the opponent you're not looking at, even if it means exposing yourself fully to the opponent you plan on shooting first, because you want to have the best chance at being able to kill both instead of your head being turned directly away from the other and them getting an easy kill on you. Moving on to the next clip, I wanted to emphasize something really quick here. Anytime you guys are roaming and maybe you knock down a doorway, open up a window, or bust down a wall, be sure to remember that once you leave that area, your opponents can now walk or vault through that same entry without any noise. This Dokkaebi ends up coming through the big garage and stealthily pushes up. Now there are 2 tip-offs that someone has entered the garage, however. First, the Dokkaebi call comes in right after I leave the garage, so I considered that they were trying to locate me coming from that general direction. Then I heard a faint step coming from that direction. Now I have no idea where specifically this Dokkaebi is going to be in the garage or if she's even in the hallway, so when peeking an angle simply for intel, be sure you do it as fast as possible. You want to see if you see anything first and then go in for the pre-fire strafe on the second peek if you do. When defending Tea Room Karaoke on Skyscraper, I'll either use one of 2 roaming strats. I'll either run Pulse in the kitchen to Nitro from underneath, or I'll make a hole here in the kitchen wall. Now having this hole here really isn't meant to be a toxic spawn peek, instead it's to deny the comfortability of anyone sitting on rappel or sniping from that balcony. Having these types of lines of sight causes the attacking team to worry about what could happen and even waste resources or manpower to watch it.
Good frags for Consulate.
Now for the remainder of my roam, I'm mainly just going to stay downstairs and attempt to deny anyone pushing up the north stairs. I'm mainly just going to lurk around until someone needs help, and then I can move to intercept. Now when moving around, I'm making sure to ADS any doorways or windows and throw in a couple of pre-fires there onto each window. That way, if there's a potential attacker either running by or about to open it up, you have the best chance of getting a headshot easy.
How they can solve it.
I would like to feel.
You feeling alright?
Right. I'm ass. Help me. They're hacking.
Now, after missing those shots on the Jackal, I'm going to drop down prone to hopefully avoid any pre-firing that the Jackal could throw through that wall, and then I'm going to fall back to the kitchen where I have that run out. And now, this is why this hole is so important, because now I have an open shot onto the Jackal who's out on the balcony. Now, he probably knows that I'm going to come from here since that's where I was falling back initially, so that's probably why I took damage there, but nevertheless, it's a great run out to have, so I definitely recommend you guys open that up beforehand. Now, to top off this clip, I basically do what I've been doing all around and just pre-fire at common window spots. While I don't actually know that there's an attacker at the karaoke window, it never hurts to put a few rounds in that general area, and who knows, you might just get lucky. Moving on from all the Craigasm, let's move on over to Consulate, where I'm roaming with Jaeger by the yellow staircase. Now, this is pretty much the exact situation we saw on Chalet with the Blackbeard. I'm going to hear the Zing throw her drone out, and I'm going to push out for an easy kill. Now, I'd say 8 times out of 10, this aggression works for me. I always love pushing when I hear a drone being thrown because typically it means a defenseless opponent. Now, that being said, some people are smart enough to have someone watch while they drone, so be sure to keep your eyes open for a possible bait. Additionally, earlier in the round, I opened up the doorway on yellow stairs. The reason being is that most teams will place a claymore at that doorway for an audio cue when a defender tries to run out on those rappelling on that wall. Now, if there is a claymore there, you don't want to have to additionally break down the door and shoot the claymore. By then, the attacking team is ready for your run out, so go ahead and open up that door so that you don't have to break it down to try and knock a Blackbeard off his rappel.
He's just looking at me menacingly.
What are you doing?
You will be detected by hostiles.
So now I'm going to move to the top of yellow stairs, close to sight now that the time is winding down. Here I have an angle to help my teammates, but I'm also stationed at the top of the yellow staircases to prevent anyone from coming up this way. When time winds down, be sure to wander back to the objective if you're roaming to help your team defend from that final push.
He's about to jump in. He's in A. Nice.
Oh, I got an injury on an entry denial. I don't know where.
Sounds like one's either on roof or...
Here in a sec, I'm going to hear the attacker close to me leave and run somewhere else. Now that I no longer have to defend this staircase, I can move to help my team with the blitz.
Above me.
There's Blitz down.
You go for him.
I got an injury on one. I don't know if they picked him up or not.
No, he's up.
Oh, wow.
Spiral.
Last stop standing.
I went ahead and hid myself here to secure the win. I know it's easy to get greedy for that last kill for an ace especially, but you don't want to cost your team the round, especially when the attacker has to plant in order to win. That's it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm trying to step up my social media game, if you will, so down below are some links to my personal Instagram if you'd like to follow me over there, and my channel Twitter. Additionally, if you guys are trying to hop in a game with my friends and I, be sure to join my Discord. The link will be down below. It's a place to matchmake with other fans and friends for all platforms, and occasionally get picked up when I stream on Twitch. So boom, 4-way plug for y'all. That's it. Take it easy, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a great week.